Hello, welcome to You Haven't Blanked That. I'm Forrest.
And this is Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Forrest.
Well, this week we watched a little movie called Gentlemen Broncos for Jared Hess month.
Jared Hess month.
You got a little bit of a breakdown there, big guy?
I do. A teenager attends a fantasy writers convention where he discovers his idea has been stolen by an established novelist. This movie, I've seen clips of it floating around on the internets, on the interwebs, for months now, and I've been like, "Ooh, I need to see that movie. I need to see that movie." Why? Because one of my favorite fucking actors is in it.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. I love that man. I was butthurt that he was just like the fantasy. You only saw when they talked about the novels,
When he was
not,
reading, yeah.
not like in the story. But I did like his different interpretations between the two different Broncos, because you got both Broncos. But I was like, that aside, I don't know whether I love this movie or if I'm just okay with it.
I liked it the first time. I liked it more. This time I was just okay with it.
Yeah.
I think it's them because I think what it is I think when we were younger we saw their movies and we didn't really know writing. I didn't really know writing yet.
Yeah.
And they kind of, there's a lot of filler that doesn't need to be in their movies.
Yeah.
And if you could do it right, here's what.
But I think it's the director, because he I remember watching Napoleon Dynamite in the theaters, and I don't know who I went with, if I was on a date or whatnot, and I was like, okay, I'm watching this dull movie, and it's just kind of, I'm like, I was okay with it.
It's just kind of like grandma's driving you to the mall, kind of slow at pace and kind of, you know what I mean? It's just very it just putters to where it needs to be. And seeing Napoleon Dynamite, I've probably seen it 3 or 4 times throughout the years, and I've always been, it gets funnier as I watch it. I'm like, okay, cool. But there's always memories of, this is the funny scene, this is the funny scene. Yeah.
But to sit there and watch it all in one, it's yeah, this is not that great.
But it's it's weird for it.
But I like Napoleon Dynamite. I like it. I appreciate it now more than I did when I watched it the first time.
I liked it a lot the first time. I'm afraid to go back and watch it. I know eventually the kids should go watch it.
Yeah.
So I think Emily would like that movie.
But this one,
But
the quirkiness is charming in the beginning, but it gets kind of,
you know what it is.
dull.
You know the charm about Napoleon Dynamite was that it was so very indie.
Right. Yes.
And that was the charm. It's he made a lot work with what he had.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked it more. But now as I watch this, this is giving artists money all the time doesn't give them their best work.
This movie feels to me like this kid was a theater major or was into a lot of plays in high school.
Are you saying he's the Max Fisher from do you think it's a Max Fisher thing?
Yeah.
If Max Fisher was doing movies, this is what they would end up being?
Yes. But the thing is, I feel like he was too nerdy in his area to be to do what he wanted to do, and all his stories were made fun of, because I'm sure he was trying to write stories in high school, and this is his comeback to hey, fuck you, I'm worth it, and this is his way of this is his red badge of courage, you know what I mean? But it's just there's certain parts of the movie, just like Napoleon, where certain scenes pop up and you're oh, that's hilarious, or oh my god, that's shocking. You know what I mean? Where his guardian angel comes in with the boa,
and then it just shits on his shirt, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But I feel a lot of these are just really awkward setups for weird situations.
Well,
like, basically, he's like, hey, I want him and his new guardian guy to be in his underwear in the backyard for some reason, and then like, how do we do that? What's the most awkward way to do that? Just put a snake that shits on him. You know what I mean?
But like, I feel like I feel like it's just set up for jokes. I don't feel like it's set up for plot.
Exactly. It's just like it's all for a gag or just for like just to get your reaction, and like that's fine. But if the story doesn't progress, like what's the deal? Because even then, like the awkwardness of like that girl borrowing money. So
the girl that's obviously Peppermint Patty.
Yeah, who's like who's trying to borrow money so she can get tampons, and she buys all these snacks, and then like. He's completely screwed, and he lets himself be screwed over throughout the whole movie up until like his mom like is crying, and that's when he fucking stands up for himself, which I thought was probably the best part of the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I don't know, like there's like we get to the point where like it took you this long for you to grow backbone and stand up for yourself, and then you quickly resolve that. You quickly resolved it to the point where it's like, okay, that's no longer an issue. You're a man at this point, and now let's go beat up that author. And it was just like it felt like two teams were working on the same movie, and then they just had to mash them together really quickly.
Well, I mean, I think they both write it, like him and his wife write it.
Yeah, but like, do you know what I mean? Like the first half was like, okay, you're finished with your half. You cut it short because I need to do my half, and then it just
that's what they a lot of them do. Like that's how they did. That's how they did Clockwork Orange, right?
Is it really?
So what happens is, I think whoever co-wrote Clockwork Orange does the first half, and then Stanley Kubrick does the second half. But in England, they don't have the last chapter. You know that, right?
What do you mean?
There's a reason why the movie ends where there's the last chapter of Clockwork Orange, the book. There's something that happens after he jumps out the window, and he's in the hospital.
Yeah, he wakes up in the hospital, and then the guy comes in with the mop, and he says, "Project Mayhem is still on go."
That's
and then he salutes him and he walks out.
Fight Club book.
Oh.
But there's also in Clockwork Orange after he's in there, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna," he's fucking like old, and he's like still doing the same shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a whole 21st chapter of that book.
Okay.
And when he went to adapt the film, in England they didn't print the 21st chapter.
So they never had it.
So he didn't have it. So he didn't know about the 21st chapter when he was writing the script.
But you figured you would find out about all that stuff.
I think he did, but they were already.
It was already done.
It was already done in production, and they didn't have, they didn't have the money to go back and do the 21st chapter.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. Maybe that's what... I don't know. Just, I felt like it was... The movie... There's a huge disconnect in the movie. And it's like, okay, cool. But whoever wrote the last part of that movie did a great job. First half, it was great, but it was just so long-winded.
I'm just okay with Jemaine at this point, too. Like, with the Flight of the Conchords, I was just okay with it to begin with.
Yeah, like, him being on there... Like, the trailer seems fantastic. Fantastic. The movie, it's very mellow, and it's like, okay, that's
But all their movies are very mellow.
But the thing is, like, the movie is way more mellow than the trailer. So.
Oh no, yeah, 100%.
So
well, that's all their movies are like. That's every movie trailer. It's just highlighted in this movie trailer because there's so many quiet moments. It's a quiet movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a lot. There's a lot of moments, but it's a quiet movie.
There's tons parts of this movie that I love that I thought were great. But at the same time, it was just like, even the actors' choices were odd because, like, when they were filming the Yeast Wars, right? That's the name of the
Yeast Factory, yeah.
The Yeast Factory. They had the Bronco, and then they had that woman, like, acting, but it was played by that guy, and he, like, smacks him, but he smacks his butt and smacks him, like, to fake, like, a slap in the face. Funny. Or the way he just smiled and his, like, lips curled back, and it's like, I'm like, it's like he's taking the claymation ideas of like Tim Burton and then placing it in like a real life world, and it just looks off, and like but still intriguing enough that you're like, I don't know. There's a lot of weird choices. I would love to be like someone on the set just to kind of like see how he was doing this whole production, because it's just it just seems too bizarre, too weird.
And I think you kind of lean into that so much.
Yeah.
Like, David Lynch gets it right.
Yeah.
Something David Lynch does gets it right. But he also didn't go weird movie, weird movie, weird movie. He went fucking weird movie, and then he did Elephant Man.
Yeah. Like,
and then he did Dune, which is weird, but it's still like a thing. And then he was just like, fuck everybody, I'm not going to make Blue Velvet and Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
and even Twin Peaks, for as weird as Twin Peaks is, there's in the original show, there is at least a through line to everything.
Yeah.
At least the first season.
Well, I don't want to say he's a one note like director, but at the same time, it's like I could tell that he's sharpening his skills with like his style, and that's fine. But like, you gotta punch it up. Like, your pacing's like off to the point where it's like, and I get that that's your thing, that you want to make awkward pacing, but
but you have to be. You can't just do awkward pacing.
Yeah.
David Lynch didn't just do awkward pacing. Like, I would say because he did 2 solid movies where the pacing was where it needed to be. Even what do you call it? Fucking Blue Velvet isn't awkwardly paced. That's got a good pace. It's just fucking weird. Like, he knows how to do weird, like, and put it in there.
Yeah.
I didn't like this one this much of a time around. I mean,
so when did you see it?
Before the kids, because I saw it around the time it came out.
I had no concept of this movie ever existing until like a couple months ago.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I was living at my dad's.
And then like, because even with the trailer, I assumed it was gonna be that blonde hair.
Sam
Rockwell, like, acting it out. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. Like, it's gonna be him writing the story, and then like you're seeing the visuals of the writing, and it's Sam Rockwell being the whole thing. Because I really thought he was gonna be in it way more than he was. Being that he was limited, I thought he did fantastic. I loved him in it, but it was...
He made another movie with Sam Rockwell as the lead. Like, they've worked on more stuff together since then. So if you... John Verdeen or Dean Verdeen or something like that, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
And it's Sam Rockwell is the lead, and it's them. So if you want to give another movie a chance, I haven't seen.
I will. Like, it's like I'm not. I don't hate this director. I really don't. It's just like the pacing. It feels forcibly awkward.
But do you not hate him because he's nice, or because?
No, I find the movie charming. I think the movie's good. I know. I don't know if this will have the same effect like Napoleon Dynamite, where I'll like it as I continue to watch it, or if it's...
I don't think I need to go back to this one.
Really?
No. Unless the kids are like, hey, I saw this movie, I want to watch it.
But there's some parts where I thought were fantastic, but like...
No, there are. And actually, I really like the ending of this movie.
The main actor, the kid, I thought he was brilliant. I actually loved him a lot in this.
The kid's good. I like the ending
Even
of this.
the girl was kind of a...
Peppermint Patty?
Yeah.
I didn't think Lonnie was that funny.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, what's this? I mean, he's just there to be like, oh, I've got money for a movie. I'm making movies.
Yeah, it's good. It's just good. It's just like, it's a good movie. Like, I'll tell people, give it a watch. I even told a friend of mine, it's like, it's an awkward movie. Like, I told him, I don't know whether I like it, or like, it's just, I'm like, just watch it. It's weird. And then he said he'll give it a shot.
Have there been any movies that we watched that you didn't like, that you've gone back and watched and been like, oh, I like this?
Oh, that's a great question. Actually, let me go down the list really quickly, and I'll tell you. No, it looks like my opinions are dead right every single time.
Are solid every time.
They're solid, dude. Like, I wish I could be wrong sometimes, but there was a movie that you were like, this is a great movie. I'm like, I hated it so much.
The Burbs?
The Burbs? Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that you say that, because I don't like that movie. But I do find myself like saying stuff about it or bringing it up into conversations. I always bring it up in a positive way. So it's very much.
What?
I was like, I'm like, it's a crappy movie. I hate it, but like it's still a good movie. Like, but let's see, White Dog, I loved.
White Dog was fantastic.
Avatar, phenomenal. Orphan, I still hate that movie. Yeah, no, it looks
what about Stripes? Did you go back and watch Stripes?
You know what? No, I haven't, but I've been kind of wanting to.
Stripes is so fucking good.
Yeah, no, it looks like
I let Emily watch a little bit of Eddie Murphy Raw the other day.
Oh, did you? What'd you think of it?
She only watched the part where Eddie Murphy gets in a fight, and then he has to call his dad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
R-E-S-C-Z-T. You know how the song goes, motherfucker.
Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. I rewatched it, and I'm more dead certain about my theory about that movie.
What's that again?
That Steve Martin dies in like fairly early in the beginning of the movie, and it's the Dante's Inferno to the end. So the only reason why I want to why that's like at the forefront is because Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds says that
it's Dante's Inferno.
No, that Trains, Planes, and Automobiles was a huge reference to the movie.
That 100% makes sense.
Yeah, right? No, 100%, right? Yeah. And so, like, that's why I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I can see that
connection, right?
Because there's the... Yeah.
There's the car, there's them fighting, bickering, and then, like, the whole, like...
Them fighting and bickering.
Yeah.
So, Deadpool is clearly the John Candy,
yes.
And Wolverine is clearly the Steve Martin.
100%, right?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, so... That's why I was like, oh, I should, that's why I was like, oh, I'll rewatch it.
I watch it you don't watch it at Thanksgiving every year?
No, like,
because you watch your mixed nut. Oh, do you watch it at Christmas or?
I watch it like right
in
after,
between?
In between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a Thanksgiving movie, right?
It's a Thanksgiving movie.
It's been a minute.
No, it's a Christmas movie because they paint the Venice Beach.
That's right, right.
And the Seaside Stranglers out there. Yeah.
It's been a minute since I watched that movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I watched it when it came out because I was a big Steve Martin fan.
Yeah, plus you have young Adam Sandler in it too.
He's not that young.
That one, yeah, that was like post SNL.
Like if
or maybe like his last season.
If it's post SNL, it's like it's the very end of him being in SNL. Yeah. There's a lot of people in that movie.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber's in it.
There.
Yeah. Overall, like, there's not much to say about this film. Like, I kind of wanted to tear it apart halfway through when I realized Sam Rockwell was not in it as much as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah. And
like my thing is like if he's not in it that much, you shouldn't have put him on like the trailer as much as you did. You know what I mean? Well, but I think the thing is like if you want me to get into the theater, that's how you get.
But that was that was right around the time I think
you bring American Sweetheart.
I think that was around the time Hitchhiker's Guide came out and he was on that role.
Oh, did this come out at the same time?
At least 2 or 3 years in between.
Oh, that okay.
A couple years in between. Yeah. So that's when he was on that role.
Yeah. No, I don't. This would be my least favorite of the Sam Rockwell movies that I've seen him in, but that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. Like he makes gold, and like I love that he chose this movie too because like he plays that the crazy haired. Masculine man,
and then he jumps into the feminine one.
Yeah, and then I love it. He's like, oh my god, surveillance dose. I hate those. It's so stupid, but I love it. Like he just steals the movie, but he's in it for such a short minute. But the kid, I thought it was amazing. That heartbreaking scene where like the mom is like crying in the car because she was asked to put out, and then but I like the fact that they didn't pull back on it and say that she said that she couldn't. She tried to, but she couldn't, and she ran out crying. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that was good because that gave him enough push to let's fuck this up.
Yeah, I like this ending where she was like, oh, I registered everything for you.
That was so sweet. That was the sweetest thing. As a writer, do you like this movie a lot?
That's why I like the ending because the ending you're just like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I like how they shove down all the old books and replace it with his books.
Yeah,
but I was thinking too, would that actually happen?
I don't give a fuck, dude.
No, like I mean, like if you wrote a book and it was on the bookshelves, would they? I don't think though. I think they would keep stuff because obviously you're stuck with that supply.
But it depends. It's one of those.
What they do with that Million Little Pieces book? They still sell it.
That James Frey.
Yeah.
Book. I don't know.
Because that never came off the bookshelf, even after the whole controversy. Plus, the sales went higher because they wanted to see what it was afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, he just fucked that up. He should have just been like, yeah, it wasn't real. Like, he should have done that from the beginning.
Yeah.
I heard it was a good book.
Yeah, I heard it was fantastic, but like he kept tripping on his lies. But yeah, no, overall it was good.
We ask a question each month.
Oh my god, who? Yeah, the Feldmans. Young and old, because I feel like you put both of them in here.
The Fell Dog, I kind of want as not as Sam Rockwell played though.
No, you don't touch Sam Rockwell.
Like I can get Jemaine out of here. I don't need Jemaine in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jermaine's the
is the author is the
I would go with the Guardian Angel.
That would work for the
right because he even talks about banging his mom, and then like you know what I mean. Then he blows that dart on her boob, and then like I was terrified of that scene too when that air dart like because I thought he was gonna kill the cat and he shuts his mom's like left tit, and then he was like oh no, and then it finds out it was just her like her padding.
Yeah.
But little Corey Feldman.
I don't think I need him as. I'd have him as Lonnie.
The director?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I feel like that's the perfect spot for him. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't.
Overall, the cast I thought was pretty solid. Like the cast is great. The cast is great. The costuming, I love how quirky it was.
They don't do much. They're just like, here it is.
Yeah.
Like I don't think. Oh.
But seeing him act as a woman and that whole thing, I think it'd be funny. But also like the sight gags in this movie is like through the roof. Like where she's selling them like the popcorn balls, or she's selling two balls in a sack. She goes, "Feel how heavy it is," and then he's holding it. Yeah. Or when it's his birthday and he's in jail, he goes, "I'm sorry you're celebrating your birthday in jail, but I made you this popcorn car," and she's trying to jab it through the bar. So like it has fantastic moments, but the lull in between, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's just
there's too many valleys.
There's too many valleys.
There's too many valleys in that. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Forrest.
What are you blanking?
So I have been engrossed in the Harry Potter, what is it? No, Hogwarts Legacy video game.
Oh.
It is consumed me like no other. It's pretty dope. I have, the game is massive, but the like I love the game. I'm not faulting it on anything because I'm not done yet, but there's a lot of open world, but there's also a lot of nothing in the open world. So I don't know if I progress, there's going to be more stuff to do.
A lot of those games, like the open worlds like that, there is. Like as you go, like remember there'd be shit just completely blocked off in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, this like literally, I remember I had to do a quest to deliver some potions to some town.
Oh, this
is literally
fucking stupid.
And like it literally just like took forever. And then like maybe 20 minutes into like me running that mission to that town because I'm walking the whole thing. I remembered I had a broom, so I'm like, oh yeah, let's just fly over there, and I just scooted over. But no, the game's a lot of fun. You have to level up, obviously, to learn more spells and whatnot to like do your thing, and then you could also do like put all your like skill charts into the dark arts, and then you become super powerful, and then start killing everybody. So I'm just gonna leave just a mountain of dead people in this video game when I get there, but I'm actually really liking it a lot. The castle's really cool because it's like when you first start the game, you have to walk through like the whole like castle to one area to the other area, but there's like many like checkpoints as you want that automatically light up when you go by. So later on, you could just like kind of hop to that area, so you're not doing.
Oh, they do that all the time in games. My Sherlock Holmes game does that, where you can just jump. Yeah, like a lot of those open world games will do that. Like that's a thing.
And so I got sorted into the Hufflepuff because that's my.
But are you Hufflepuff regularly or no?
I am. So like
I thought you were like I'm Ravenclaw.
You're Ravenclaw. I can see that.
You were here. You're the one who fucking did the test for me.
I don't remember. I get so engrossed in things, and then like
you sorted me when we.
Oh, that's right. That was like 15 years ago.
It was like
20.
It wasn't 20.
20? It would have to be right when the book came out.
No, I didn't read the book when it came out. I read it 5 years ago with the podcast.
Oh, we did it with the podcast.
Yes.
That's right. Shit. Yeah. Hey, nice. So I got sorted into Hufflepuff, which is my class, my group, and then I was thinking now, like all day long, I keep thinking about the game, which is really irritating. I brought it into work once, and I realized that was a terrible idea. And then
nothing done.
No, I just kept like thinking like, oh, I should take an hour lunch. I'm like, oh, if I do, it's gonna be a longer lunch. Like, whatever. Because the Harry Potter books, I love. The movies, there's certain ones I like. The rest of them are kind of, I'm okay with them.
I think I wasn't impressed with anything.
Really?
I liked is the third one the Gary Oldman one or the fourth one?
The third one.
I like the Gary Oldman one.
Yeah.
That's the only one I really liked out of all of it.
Okay.
I also kind of like the
Fantastic Beasts. So those are the ones I actually like a lot. But every time I try to watch the third one, where they replace Johnny Depp, I zone out. I just don't care.
Yeah.
So I maybe watched 10, 20 minutes of it, and I just...
that one in general was just okay.
Yeah, but from what I heard, that Fantastic Beasts was supposed to be 5 movies.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get there anymore.
But then, like, with the Warner Brothers issue about, like, backing the wrong people, letting go the Amber Heard and that the Flash guy, how they should have just canceled those movies or pulled them out of their whole thing and scrapped it. But then they kick out Johnny Depp, and then Johnny Depp was the only instant one that they kicked out, and they kept the 2 losers. So, and then also, obviously J.K. Rowling's, like, colorful views on trans.
Did you watch the new Batman cartoon?
There's a new Batman cartoon?
Yeah, on Amazon. It's all 1940s.
Oh, I did see some of it.
What'd you think?
I liked it. It was a little slow paced in the beginning, but it picked up pretty quick.
Ed Brubaker.
Yeah.
I loved it. I didn't bump heads with the girl penguin.
I may have seen that.
That's the first episode.
Oh, then yeah, maybe. I turned it on because I was like, oh, this is something I haven't seen.
It's fine. It's not the best. I like their take on Harvey Dent in this, because he's kind of like hotshot, like I'm a piece of shit, but he's kind of like.
This has been out for a minute though, right?
So the band Off has a movie.
Oh, does it?
Yes, called Free LSD.
Okay.
And it's almost Repo Man-ish. It's really good.
Oh, so it's like a musical?
In the fact that it's their music. Yeah.
That's cool.
Keith Morris can act.
Okay.
It was fun. I was like, I got to meet him, and I was like, and it's the guitar player who wrote it. I'm like, dude, keep making stuff, because this shit is fun.
Yeah.
I saw Furiosa.
Oh yeah, I started that. I didn't finish it. I was watching that at work.
I was okay with it.
It got me like into it, but it's not. It's no Mad Max.
It's not like
Fury Road was just like you were in it.
Yeah.
Second in, and then you were just.
Fury Road from the beginning is just bam, bam, bam,
yeah.
bam, bam, and I'm like, oh.
Fuck. Which is literally is like, drive over here, drive them over there. Oh shit, never mind. You turn. You got my keys, and then drive back.
Did you see Alien yet?
No, I really want to, but I'm actually kind of scared to see it.
Have you seen the preview?
No, I haven't seen it.
I saw a preview at Deadpool and Wolverine, which we can talk about in a second.
Oh, I did see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, I was like, damn, they're just showing those facehuggers fuck the mouths. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
I was like, this is making me uncomfortable.
From what I heard, it's pretty tense.
I've heard it's good. I've heard people say it's like the first half is good, the second half is meh. Yeah. But then they do the thing that links all the movies together.
Yeah. So,
but
I really want to see. I just get really
that whole watch
jumpy.
The face huggers like face fuck everybody. These are face fuckers. These aren't face huggers. Like.
But it's funny because I've been watching. Speaking of what are you watching? I've been watching the Alien movies, all of them.
I was trying to get Emily to watch the first one because that's my thing right now.
It's pretty freaky. The first one's pretty freaky.
I'm always like, oh no, it's kind of like the thing.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
But she didn't buy it.
Yeah. So that one, the first one's good. Second one's, like, I love it, but
I'm okay.
it has a different vibe.
I don't like James Cameron movies, like, in general.
But third one is kind of like
3.
Yeah,
like,
and then fourth is the
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, that one's just weird.
And then I like the Prometheus movies.
Prometheus, I love.
I like Prometheus, and what was is it Alien Isolation or whatever that other one?
No,
was?
isn't it Covenant?
Covenant, yeah. I like Covenant. Did we see that together?
I think we might have.
I know we saw Prometheus.
Yeah.
I liked Covenant. I didn't have a problem with Covenant.
Yeah. But yeah, with Romulus, I want to see it. I'm nervous because I don't want to go by myself, and I want to go during the day, just so I could like chillax afterwards. But yeah, no, it looks dope. I really want to see it. Oh, so Deadpool is what you saw?
Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine was fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
And then Daredevil died. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
What's funny about that is Lisa and I were both like, and Ben Affleck thinks that shit's funny too.
Oh yeah. And then like I don't know, like that movie, like I saw it. I was so exhausted because I saw that movie right after I watched another movie. Like I went to LA to see Mel Brooks.
Right after.
So I got out like at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night. And then
let's go see the movie.
I was going to go to this girl's house, and halfway through she was saying she was going to the bar. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that. So as I was saying that, I drove by a movie theater, pulled over and saw it, but I got the midnight show, so I didn't get out of the movie theater until like 12:30. I was exhausted. So I wasn't really laughing at a lot of the stuff because I was just tired, but I was glad I saw it. But the best part I thought was
Gambit.
Gambit was amazing. But no, my favorite character, hands down, in that whole fucking movie, was that TSA agent with like the mug who just kept like staring at like Deadpool. Yeah. I love that dude.
They might be doing more with Gambit.
Oh yeah, I heard, but Ryan Reynolds is really pushing it, trying to get the fans to like go into a frenzy.
I'd be down
because he released because if you watch the movie, I noticed it when I first saw it. The screens on the TVA, you see Gambit walking away.
Yeah.
Like, post battle. And then
I saw that they released that little part of him like surviving.
Yeah, and you see the Doctor Strange circles in his eyes.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, so obviously they're gonna try to pull him into Secret War. So like that'd be dope.
Do it. Like,
yeah,
just fucking do it. Like, who gives a shit? Like, yeah.
After watching X-Men '97, I really want to see Wolverine's claws glow like with Gambit's powers. Powers. Forrest.
Hey, Jimmy.
So next week, to continue our Jared Hess month, there's a little movie we're going to watch called Nacho Libre.
Oh, with Jack Black?
Jack Black. Next week.
Well, that's going to do it for the episode this week. If you have any questions or comments, you can hit us up at our Instagram
at YHBlankThat.
Or you can email us at yhblankthat@gmail.com.
Bye.
Bye.